Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CCA Finals. We are here for the final of the finals. Division 4 is the last division to have their champion be crowned. We have seen 6 incredible sets, best of 9 so far, and here I'm joined by Sibirrino to see this final one. How are we feeling?
I'm excited to see what's all gonna come down here in this Division 4 Grand Finals, but at the same time, I'm kind of feeling a little bit bummed out, because the CCA about to close its doors at least for a little while. So, yeah, it's definitely gonna be quite a bittersweet symphony. But um, you know what? Let's not dwell in the future. Let's focus on the present, which is the Division 4 Grand Finals itself.
Yeah, definitely gotta be excited for the little bit that we have left. It's only exciting because it ends, right? So we're here, joined by the Bentley Sea Strikers and Volatile Radiance coming from Hofstra University. I know the team comps, a little bit of a sneak peek I've gotten from both of these teams. Um, Having played also in, I have to mention, played in the Deep Sea Student Exchange, hosted charity event by our good friends at Champlain College. I was joined by 2 members of the Bentley Sea Strikers, so I have a really good understanding of their comp and how they want to play. And the name of the game for them, I'm just going to come right out and say it, is play around the blaster. They want to get as much paint down as possible for GXS on that blaster to come out and truly shine.
Wow, that is, yeah. From what I could tell, um, it seems like they are definitely cooking something. But yeah, as I can see here, I do see at least a little bit of a sneak peek on the weapons that we might expect coming from both of them. I noticed that there is a Hydra coming in from Bentley Sea Strikers, and I guess on the side of Volatile Radiance, all I could see is just mainly support shooters, and that's about it. But I did see the brush coming in from Captain N. So, yeah, definitely a wide variety of weapons this time around. And honestly, I'm just very excited about it here, folks, as we get game number 1 started, and that is going to be Mahi Mahi in zones.
Yeah, and it is going to be Captain N on that Octobrush, definitely someone to look out for on the side of Volatile Radiance. And Ava is opting for the V Heavy. I know that's something that she typically likes, along with that Hydra, just for that paint control. There is so much paint on the side of Bentley, and it is going to be matched by this Gal and Junior, perhaps, as we already are seeing fights flying in. Captain N wasting no time at all to go down on the side of Bentley, and the zone is securely in Volatile Radiance's control.
We did see Captain in there sharking for a moment, but they did get caught by the wave breaker point sensor there. It's not going to do a whole lot here. They are going to just roll with the punches, and sure enough, they did able to get a pick on the blaster, but they did get taken out by buckets here, and we see the water levels slowly going down, and now it's going to be in a huge open map, and we might see a potential bloodbath.
Yeah, Bentley did manage to get the zone flip, if only for a brief moment, but that is going to be very crucial for them as the penalty points are now applied, and it allows them a little bit more time to claw their way back in, as they now have, it looks like 3 went down on the opposing side there. Volatile Radiance forced really far back. This is what Bentley needed after a really, really shaky start. GXS is now set up on the side, rotating over to the left. They have a lot of location down, and Bentley are looking to keep this one as a very strong hold to match the first push.
Yeah, so far Bentley is doing a really good job, holding their positions. We did see them able to punish a couple of the supports, on the side of Volatile Radiance, and right now it seems like Volatile is just kind of taking things a bit slow, just a little bit, and try to build up momentum here. But they are just getting a bit overthrown by both the shot and the blaster player from Bentley.
Yeah, and the slider coming out, somehow not picking off that Zipcaster. I have no idea. Managing to fly away. I mean, that's a Spider-Man-like maneuver. I know we say that about that special a lot, but I mean, that really was heroic there. making their escape in the nick of time now, as Sleepy just barely going down to that bomb. The Zuka being down is definitely a huge blow, as now with 2 more going down in rapid succession, that is a
Ooh.
wipeout. Hofstra now are going to be getting a lot of this pink down, trying to farm for another bubble. They have strikes online. They have a zip online. What can they do here to force back? There's another pick. Bentley are being forced really far back in their spawn, and because they do not have cooler, every single one of these deaths is going to matter that much more. But the Zuka coming out with the splashdown as well is going to force the zone flip, and 3 down, and now Kirby with 4 on them manages, oh no, they did not get the jump out. That was really fast play from Bentley, which definitely benefits them, but the Charger's gonna trade one out.
Yeah, Bentley absolutely did an amazing job just working together with their specials and just going in and capturing the zone. It's all about the teamwork and coordination. Like, that is the most crucial thing. But as I say that, Bentley seems to have lost a bit of the zone here. And, yeah, they are just kind of struggling a little bit. I think it might have to do with the octo brush. Like, they've just kind of been like popping out of nowhere like a rabbit, and just giving them the element of surprise. And because that they go down, this does enable like their teammates to just go in and get picks here and there. And as I speak, the timer is ticking down with only 15 points remaining.
Oh, and that slider not managing to cap, and now the strikes coming out, and Hofstra is going to take what turned out to be a really exciting game 1. Lots and lots of fights, and a lot to look back on, Sibirrino.
Wow, like I gotta say, like I think despite this game being a knockout, I definitely am seeing like what both of these teams are made out of. Like they really showed their teamwork and their coordination so well together. Like I know I kind of said that mainly on Bentley, but I think it's both of them. Like both Bentley and Volatile Radiance just absolutely showed their teamwork and coordination together. It really shows like how far they've gotten, like in they proved themselves like as to what made them get into the finals in the first place, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. That's what I love about this weekend in particular in CCA, because it shows the fundamental level of teamwork in every division. You know, in every division, if you're a team that has made into this finals, it was not a mistake. You have to have a really good understanding of the game, and the finalists in any division could very easily have found themselves in the division above, and I think done well as in that division too. But here we are in Division 4, speaking on how impressive a lot of those plays were from both sides. I do definitely think that the opening from Volatile Radiance is what proved to be the decider, because it looked, for the first minute or so, I was a little nervous. It looked like Bentley did not have the answers, perhaps, to the brush, and were getting a little bit staggered, but they didn't panic. A lot of times when the first push gets the points real low, it can be cause for concern, but Bentley found their way back in it, but it ended up not being enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we wait for both these teams prepping, let's take a look and see what do we have in the next tower control on Makomart. A bit of a classic, iconic map mode in the Splatoon franchise, or at least in the competitive Splatoon scene. Yeah, so I don't know what to expect. I know for a fact we will see some of the same returning comps, weapons from both these teams. I definitely have a feeling that it will be a fun time for the backliners, especially in the first checkpoint. I think Ava and I think I'm blanking out the other name, but I know they were running the ZNF scope. But yeah, so I think with both of their weapons, I think they will definitely have a fun time, at least when trying to stop like in regards to the defense. I think like the defense is like going to be the most important thing for both of them when one of the teams like gets to the first checkpoint.
Yeah, definitely. I could definitely see the backlines doing a really great job here. And another thing that I wanted to point out, I think people might get sick of me saying it by the end of the set, but the two front lines on each side are going to be a highlighted focus in any map mode, but I think Mako especially is going to be something that benefits the Blaster as well as the Octobrush. So both of them
Mhm.
are probably going to have a field day, and it's going to really come down to how the rest of those teams can adapt to playing around those huge threats.
Yeah, certainly. I know, like, I kind of talked highly of the backlines, but yeah, definitely I agree with you there, Inker, about both of the Slayers gonna have the time of their life in Mako Mart Tower. But looking at the comms, not a whole lot changed on the side of Bentley. But on the side of Volatile Radiance, I do see the Gal switched over for the T-Tech. So a bit of a change on range, but oh wow, an amazing triple there coming in from the side of Bentley. Absolutely a crazy start for them.
Yeah, definitely. And also this Octobrush, as a matter of fact, was running opening Gambit, which I do believe now is gone because they were not the one that got that pick onto the Blaster there as those 30 seconds went away. So no cooler now on the side of Volatile Radiance, and it's only going to be the first checkpoint, but honestly, within the first 45 seconds, I'm sure Bentley are going to be thrilled with that.
Yeah, it seems like right now we see the strikes coming out on the side of Volatile Radiance. Actually, I am realizing that there's double triple strikes coming from them, and yeah, it seems like things are kind of being a little neutral right now. Just teams, both of these teams getting their picks. Oh, an unfortunate reef slider setup there. This does enable the members of Volatile Radiance to start their push, and it seems like Bentley are doing whatever it takes to stop the tower from pushing in. And I think, for what I could tell, they're still keeping it strong in regards to their defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw 3 specials get popped on the side of Hofstra there to try to clear this first check, but the side of Bentley managed to survive, and then that V-Heavy overlooking that ledge, as well as a couple other fights going their way, means they actually retain that first checkpoint despite 2 sets of trip strikes and a bubble being popped. So an insanely good hold from Bentley now, who are looking to get a push of their own, but that's immediately going to be batted away as, 3 go down now, and the splashdown being gone means that Volatile Radiance are going to get another shot at this thing with plenty of time to spare.
Yeah, we did notice Captain N using the Zipcaster being used, and it seems like we're kind of seeing what we saw earlier. Volatile Radiance trying to push up. We did see we did see the Captain N just rolling in on the shot there, and kind of revealed its hidden spot. And yeah, it seems like Volatile Radiance, like, even though like they are like kind of struggling to get the push going. It seems like they're really making the members of Bentley just struggling. But as I say that, though, it seems like Bentley are able to retake mid, and kind of just like pressuring the members of Volatile kind of back into their spawn area.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 3 minutes of this match, and we have not seen much progress beyond the first checkpoint, which for Mako Mart is not the most common thing, but GXS now is going to look to change that, as the Zipcaster, I think, goes out and gets 2. It's a 2 trade on each side, but GX is going to be one of the last members remaining in the entire lobby, and with the splashdown, gonna be content to just kind of wait, shark it out here. I have a splashdown. I know you have to push into me, so I'm gonna play this one super patient, which I do not hate.
Yeah, I honestly don't disagree on this play here. GXS just wants to make sure that if anyone tries to pass them, they have a splashdown ready and giving them the element of surprise here. We also do see the Reef Slider coming in from the Dread here, and I think this did push the members of I believe Bentley out of or Volatile out of position. My bad, sorry. And my goodness, I feel like in Mako Mart, I feel like both these teams are not caring about pushing the objective. I feel like they just care about going for kills. I don't know if you agree with me there, Eager.
You know, I could definitely see a very good argument being made from that based on what I've been seeing. I mean, the skirmishing around the stacks has been so brutal as Puffin wins that fight out and now manages to get some strikes forward to try to march the tower on. 30 seconds now remaining. With that checkpoint gone, there is not much in the way of Volatile Radiance and this lead with the bubble out and even more strikes, and that is going to be a lead swap just barely with 20 seconds left. Bentley now need to bring it back with 15. It does look like the ZNF is very close to those strikes, though, which could prove to be the decider, but Bentley are going to manage to find a couple picks of their own, but the bomb comes out, and now the strikes are in with 1 second remaining. Bentley are not going to be able to touch the tower and go down again.
Man, I honestly was hoping that, you know, as you know, even though like the lead isn't too much, uh, as you noticed, like there were only like a small number of points added, in I believe Volatile's favor, and I feel like this would have been like a good opportunity for Bentley to just go in and just try their best to at least provide as much pressure as they can, pushing the members of Volatile Radiance out of position. But I think they kind of got a little bit too desperate there. I feel like they kind of were also feeling a little bit too scared because of the strikes and everything. I'm not too sure exactly what went on, but regardless, though, Volatile Radiance uh, were able to just get this close and and flip that lead in their favor and win the second game of the set.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to point out Ava there, who was holding really strong on a lot of those defenses for Bentley, but on the offenses, she was just unable to do it because of the barrage of tri-strikes. A really good comp adjustment from Volatile Radiance saying, you know what, Cooler, as great as Cooler may be, I think we have something a little bit better for this option, and their choice really shone there, and they have the victory to prove it.
Yeah, I mean, after all, from what you mentioned, like, I think, like you said, Volatile Radiance wants to do whatever it takes to like mess around with not only the blaster from GXS, but also the Splatling from Ava. I feel like both of them, they are definitely. I feel like it's definitely it makes sense because, like, you know, I feel like they can do so much, especially with them using like the most meta-defying weapons currently, and I could see what Volatile Radiance was cooking there. Like they were just doing whatever they could, and they certainly used those resources that were not only crucial but also going to annoy them, and it worked out for them a lot.
Yeah, annoy is definitely a good way to put it, I think, when you're talking about tower control and that particular special. But we are now moving on to Rainmaker on Museum, which I think is gonna be a really interesting one. It's gonna be very strong for the Zipcaster from Captain N from Volatile Radiance for sure.
Yeah, you know, you have Spinner, you have all these like high ground areas, very important places for the Zipcaster to just, you know, Spider-Man around, and it
Oh,
looks like
apparently not.
yeah, it looks like Captain N is not going to be using the Zipcaster Octobrush. They're using the Kraken Octobrush, which honestly I could see, especially since, you know, Kraken is good for Rainmaker. And right now we do see just a bit of a neutral fight between both these two teams trying to assert their dominance here. But it seems like it's Volatile Radiance that is asserting their dominance. And we do see them trying to push up. I think there might have been some miscommunication there. I'm not too sure. I think what might have happened is Captain N tried to push up, and they were waiting for the strikes to happen. But I think it might have happened a bit too late there in the process. But it didn't affect them whatsoever, as Volatile Radiance are still trying to continue this push.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Captain N now Cooler. So it is another switch where now Volatile Radiance do have this zap available for them to be able to take even more fights, which is going to allow, people like Captain N to come in and get 2 of the Kraken there. And now flanking all the way around, Ava manages to find the stop on the Rainmaker in the nick of time, but it may only be a short delay. But GX, barely not getting that pick in time, and Volatile Radiance now are set up to try to get this pop again. Buckets on this Dread, getting a little behind flank and getting a big slider now to get a kill and the pop. Captain N gonna swat them away though, and this is going to end up stalled out in the benefit of Bentley, which it was looking really scary for them for a moment.
Yeah, 100% there. We do see the strikes coming in from the T-Tech, but unfortunately, though, I think it might have been out of panic. I'm not too sure, but I think it actually kind of worked out because it did push the members off of Bentley a little bit off position there, and we see Captain N just sharking there on Spinner here, trying to stop anyone that tries to grab the Rainmaker. Will it work? It actually did. Yeah, that is absolute amazing, like, patience there coming in from Captain N. But it looks like GXS is trying to push in the Spinner area, almost taking out Puffin. But unfortunately, they didn't get them enough damage. But they were able to take out Captain N and also Kirby. And will they able to get a third? They did on Sharkman. Absolute amazing, like, pressure coming in from GXS.
Oh, and now the slider just barely not getting the correct angle. Oh, a little desync action coming out where Buckets actually never dropped at all. And Bentley managing to find that lead with 2 minutes to go. It is not a very strong lead for this map, but given the way that the game has gone, I definitely think they will be happy with it, as GX manages to go on a crazy run there, and with a little help manages to find, and it's Captain N going down again. GX with this aura is making full advantage of this intensify action bonus coming out now, and wants even more fights against the coolered opposition.
Yeah, and right now things are kind of returning back to how things were in the beginning of a Rainmaker Museum. Just neutral fights, fights happening in mid here. But it looks like I was going to say that it was going to be Bentley having the upper hand, but I think Puffin was all like, "Nope, you're not gonna have full control," and just took out PXG right there. And yeah, so far just a neutral fight in mid.
Yeah, definitely. And GX really rushing down this blaster, forcing Puffin to jump out. And
Wait!
It looks like GX, oh my goodness! GX overextended. I did not even see 2 of the members of Volatile Radiance manage to grab the Rainmaker and give an escort, and they push all the way to 27. Bentley now with their backs up against the wall, down 2 games in the set, and now with a mountain to climb in this game 3, managed to get the reset off. But with 30 seconds left, they're going to need something truly special. They have a splashdown. They're close to strikes. What more can we see from them?
Yeah, I feel like it's all down to the specials. I feel like they have to use their specials like one at a time. And even though that these specials even though like it does require like a lot of team synergy, it's still good regardless because it creates a lot of pressure, especially coming from the triple splashdown and the reef. But unfortunately, I think Bentley got a bit too. I think something might have happened. I think an unexpected flank occurred, and they unfortunately get shut down of a push. And Volatile Radiance are able to win the third game of the set. Man, I think it's all coming down to this. Like, Bentley needs to really figure out exactly what can they do to work around what Volatile Radiance is cooking right now.
Yeah. And we saw in Division 1 finals, actually, there was a 3-0 lead, and then suddenly blink and it's 3-3. So, if you're Bentley, take a deep breath. You're still in this, absolutely. But if you're Volatile Radiance, you're feeling hyped. Really, really hyped. From 2 games, you win in the last, the minute pretty much, right? Making a really, really impressive display of a comeback. And this one especially, just snatching it away on like a very unorthodox maneuver, which is going to end up working, you must have all the confidence in the world going into this game 4.
Yeah, and speaking of which, game 4, let me see. It seems like game 4. I know it's a Clan Blitz game, but um, I think I'm blanking out on the next one.
I'm trying to pull it up as well. No worries.
Yeah, me too. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
mommy,
Umami
there it is.
Ruins. Yeah. Yeah. So looks like we got Clan Blitz on Umami Ruins, and yeah. This is definitely going to be an interesting one for sure. With the map being slightly open, um, in both like top mid and even around top mid. Uh, and another thing too, though, that both these teams have to keep in mind is like how close together the baskets are. Like I know I've kind of briefly talked about this in the previous times I've commentated some of the CCA matches, but Umami Ruins is definitely Makomar Clan Blitz 2.0 if you think about it. But yeah, like
it has like a similar height to
yeah.
the spine. I can see it. I've not heard that before, but I'm buying it.
Yeah, they both have like close baskets together, and there's definitely going to be a slight chance where both these teams will have this sort of back and forth or a push and pull kind of scenario. So that's something that they got to keep in mind, though. I definitely think that Captain N might have a good time because they are a brush player, and brushes definitely like to thrive in Clan Blitz a lot. So let's see how fun Captain N will have in this upcoming set. But yeah, we got to figure out exactly like what the Bentley Sea Strikers need to think in regards to how to approach their comp. What do you think, Inker?
I think if there's one thing that we've seen from Bentley is they're pretty consistent with their comp. And as a matter of fact, something I will shout out from them is from their previous set, they always start off a little bit slow, and they have had so many sets go the distance. As a matter of fact, in the regular league season, I believe they had a game 7. Was it against this team or was it against the team that they beat in semifinals? But they are no strangers to deep runs. So despite the fact they're down 0-3, they're not going to feel too worried just yet. But this one definitely needs to be a win. I'm seeing Explo and Luna come out on the side of Hofstra University. I'm very curious to see how their adaptations are going to pay off. And immediately we are seeing the Luna and the Brush combine to make 2 picks come off. And now Hofstra is going to have the Clam economy and so much space through mid.
I was definitely not expecting a massive change coming in from Volatile Radiance, but you know what? I like it. Just shake things up a little bit. We do see PXG just sharking around block area, but I think they were just waiting for the strikes to be done. But unfortunately, though, they did get jumped by the T-Tech and the Brush here. And it seems like we're about to see a push happening from Volatile Radiance. The hammer being thrown by Peter. And yeah, off to a really strong start for them.
Oh, strong start is definitely an understatement coming out as they are flying through these points and they're still coming down now 26-23. I mean, the only thing stopping them is the number of clams on the map as Buckets putting this slider out to stop the bleeding, but they're 2 down once again. Buckets gonna manage to somehow clean that up though, and forcing the 3 down, but 20 points are remaining. That is, 4 footballs required from 1 push. It's probably not going to be 1 push. Bentley are going to need to have everything go right for them for this to be now.
Man, that is absolutely an insane push. I still cannot get over that. But anyways, it seems like the members of Bentley are going to try to push this, and oh my god, what an explosive bloodbath that was there. Unfortunately though, this is the end of a push here. This is what I mean in regards to like the whole push and pull scenario. Like we see both these teams just coming at each other in both of their bases and in their baskets, just coming in, just coming in and then coming out and stuff like that. Like, just so much of that we may expect in this game. But um, it seems like things are kind of going back to neutral again. Just getting more picks on both ends here, just to see if they could get another push going. But I think like what Bentley needs to do is they gotta try to collect a lot of clams in their favor and try to get some of their crucial picks, especially the Brush, the Luna, and especially the Explo.
Yeah, definitely. You really need all to be down if you're Bentley in order to get a sustained push like that. And what we saw on their one push, which allowed them to open the basket for the first time, was one person managed to survive. It was the Luna Blaster, Peter, and Peter was the one that closed it down. I could have seen a lot of clams coming out the other way, but as I say it, ooh, shutting down the football jump. But will that be enough? Yes, it will. The wipeout coming out just barely. Ava's the only one left alive. If that football went in, any remote chance that Bentley had would have evaporated before our eyes. Wouldn't quite have been the KO, but Bentley managing to prevent anything beyond the penalty being trickled down, and they are giving another lifeline here as Buckets now has some aura, has a slider, gonna manage to come in. Can we see something from Bentley now as Buckets is still managing to live, but the strikes are gonna take them out. The specials from Volatile Radiance have been so efficient, and they now force Bentley 2 down and are forcing them out through mid.
Yeah, that is very an unfortunate end to the push on Bentley's favor. Like, I think they had something going. They had something going on, but wait, Sleepy 10 got a crazy double there. Maybe this isn't the end of a push for them. They could still try to redo their push again from how they started. And we see, I think it looks like they are trying to paint up for their specials. We see the Reef Slider, potentially the Wave Breaker and triple splashdown in the works. We see another Zuka coming in from Sleepy 10 here. Ava trying to get another Power Clam. We see the Reef Slider coming in from Buckets, and they're already in Dome right now. Are the members of Bentley gonna jump? It seems like they didn't, but they were able to get a Power Clam in, and dang.
They need a ball.
I think.
They need to make a ball. They have 10 seconds to make a ball.
Oh,
or this
yeah.
game is going to end.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
it all comes.
It seems they did.
Yeah.
Did they get the memo? Is Sleepy... Okay, I saw Sleepy with a lot of clams. I was like, oh my gosh, do they know that they don't have a pity? But sure enough, they did. And they're forcing them 2 down once again. GX and Bucket now collapsing on the Luna Blaster. They have a splashdown. Puffin popping the splashdown first, but now GX is going to pop their own along with the splashdown. Getting it one, but get swatted down away. Buckets, can the power come in time?
No.
The answer is no. Volatile Radiance, hang on.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, it doesn't feel like it's an 0-4 set, does it now?
Oh my god, I'm just at a loss for words. I was just like thinking in my head, you gotta get that Power Climb in, you gotta get that Power Climb in, you know, like that was just like my that was just like my thoughts there, just getting that Power Climb in. Oh my god, like that was honestly an exciting moment to watch there, regardless. Like literally like all hope was coming in on the side of Bentley. Like I think they had a lot of their clams, like they had their clam economy ready to go, and unfortunately though, I think there might have been some desperation in the process. I don't know what happened. I think they got something right, but I think there might have been some pure panic there somewhere when the members of Volatile Radiance were pushing in, taking out some of the members that were holding the clam, and able to save their point. And sure enough, Volatile Radiance takes game number 4. That was insane.
Yeah, I definitely think there was panic on both sides, because for as
Oh,
dominant
yeah,
as
true.
that opening was, Bentley, I think Volatile were a little bit too focused on the defense and, you know, stopped playing in the way they were playing because Bentley had so many chances. To me, it feels like these games have been mostly even, but every single time Volatile Radiance comes up with a moment of magic. Now, in that last game, it was the opening, whereas in the Rainmaker game, it was very close to the end, right? It just feels like Volatile
Hmm.
has that little bit of quality, um, just to get that extra push over where they need to be to, take important games. And it doesn't get any more important than this. They are up 4-0 in the finals now and threatening to secure the division championship.
Yeah, folks. This time around, it isn't a best of 7; it is a best of 9. So there's still hope for the Bentley Sea Strikers. Like, they gotta they had something. They definitely had something, and they are showing it. I think they just gotta really keep calm and do well in these next upcoming games. And speaking of the upcoming games, we have Barnacle Zones, Barnacle and Dime Splat Zones. Yeah, like a bit of a I don't know if it is a liked or a disliked map mode in the Splatoon scene, but I'd say it's the more liked map mode. I think, I don't know. I think especially with the changes that it got a while ago, I think it's now becoming more a likable map mode.
Yeah, definitely. It sometimes feels a little bit lockout heavy, which might be notable here, but I think for the most part, everybody loves zones, right? It's a good zones map, so
Hmm.
it has that going for it. Now, I'm not sure what we're gonna see anything different in terms of the comp, because Bentley down 0-4 need to bring it all the way back. It's kind of what do you do differently? How do you approach it? Because clearly what you have now isn't working. Maybe you do something a little crazy to try to mix things up in your favor.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that both of these teams, that especially Bentley Sea Strikers, need to keep in mind. But I guess one thing that they should keep in mind is maybe wear some new CCA merch
Yeah.
to
No, I couldn't agree
to
more, actually.
yeah.
I really couldn't. I mean, that was actually masterfully done. I have to give credit to you, Sibirrino, there.
I
Yeah,
tried. I tried, and yeah. All I can think about is what's the perfect seamless segue, and sure enough, this is the best thing that
no,
I could think of.
no, that was
Anyways,
beautiful.
why don't you take it away about explaining the merch inker?
Yeah, definitely. I am personally Arlo's #1 fan. Since he's been announced, I
Me too.
love Arlo. So the Arlo shirts are definitely something that I might have to snag. And I myself am a graduating senior, so the fact that they have CCA, the banishment plaques for people like me who are sadly moving on from being a competitor in the regular season events, I also am gonna have to get one of those, and I recommend everybody does the same, just because CCA does such an amazing job running these things, and not only do you get something cool out of it, it's a great way to give back to the community and to say thank you to your TOs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also the perfect way to even support this entire organization. Like, the CCA has done so much for us, making
For free.
apps, yeah. Yeah, for free, and just making these amazing tournaments over the past several semesters and stuff. So it's absolutely wonderful that as to how far this organization has come, and it's all thanks to the lovely community members. But enough about that. Again, make sure to get your wonderful Arlo merch, everybody. And with all that being said, let's head back to potentially the final game of this set, Barnacle and Dime Splat Zones.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is going to be the return of ZNF for Puffin the Jr. coming out once again for that kid Kim, and strikes being preferred for Bentley is going to be something comes up, but the strikes are already swatted down, and Captain N finds Ava, gets traded out by GX though, and suddenly the bubble coming out, there has been absolutely no change from what we have seen before, and Volatile Radiance making a strong start. Once again, and it could get even stronger.
I do want to highlight Puffin's incredible flick shot there on buckets, and oh my goodness, again, I don't know if this is just me, Inker, but do you think that these teams care about the objective? Because I feel like they care more about the kills, in my opinion.
I think on the Mako game, you definitely it's a little early here, I'd say.
Yeah,
To
you're
be
right. You're right.
making,
Sorry, I'm just
but
noticing so many kills left and right.
oh my goodness. I mean, this has not disappointed in the slightest. As the bubble coming out, are we going to see a slide come into it? No, Bucket's actually, staying patient, waiting for the rest of the members to come out. Maybe another special to be popped. As we now finally see the slide come out in the hopes of getting a cap. Not going to
Ooh.
find one just quite yet, but two go down. And now with the strikes, that is certainly going to be a cap for the Sea Strikers as N is forced to jump out and Ava's paint is going to be very oppressive.
Yeah, and it looks like the members of Bentley are in very strong positions. We did see buckets to get taken out in the process, but I don't think this isn't too gonna damage like the offense positions whatsoever for Bentley, as they're holding really strong, just painting up over the zone as the members of Volatile Radiance just do whatever it takes to get their specials in and try to push up if they can. And sure enough, like again, it looks like Bentley are just really keeping this strong.
Yeah, they painted over 2 sets of strikes that were popped in rapid succession. Make that a third now, as so many of these strikes have just gone.
And a
Another
fourth.
set of strikes going. Okay, it's going to be the fourth set of strike that finally is going to get the cap onto the zone for Volatile Radiance, but it's not going to last. Bentley are looking really, really good here as they have their members set up now in more aggressive positions, but unfortunately, Ava's going to go down there as Bucket's going to be forced to retreat for all the bomb spam. They have a splashdown. But I do not know if that is going to be enough through all the other specials.
Yeah, we see PXG trying to rush in and take out Puffin, but I think they got a little bit too greedy there and get taken out. We see Captain N trying to also go for, it's the Slayers versus the backliners. Like, they just want to get the backliners. But unfortunately, both of them, like, both the Slayers failed and the backliners came out victorious on both ends. And it seems like things are just kind of just a fight in the zone. We see Sleepy 10 just painting up for strikes, trying to pressure the members of Volatile Radiance out of position, and sure enough, the zone is in Bentley's favor.
Oh, and then a trade coming out, which is definitely going to favor Bentley as another set of strikes is just getting painted over. I do feel like Volatile Radiance here could use for a little bit more coordination on the strikes, but what does the coordination matter if Captain N's gonna come in and kill all the members of Bentley? Now set up with the Zipcaster trying to drop. Can they find another pick onto buckets? They can. Now with the Zipcaster coming out, there is so much attention being drawn. Finally going to be taken out, but a lot of the points are ticking down now as Bentley are going to be forced to find entry now. Their strike taking out
Oh!
two! And the splashdown! Come out and get the cap in time! There's more strikes coming out! It feels like there's a special coming out every 2 seconds, and that is going to be a zone flip. Bentley, hold on with a minute to go.
Absolutely amazing special usage coming in from Bentley. Like, I think they are showing it again, as we saw earlier in Mahi Mahi zones. Like, they really just know how to push together with their specials. Like, and honestly, like, they are really showing it to, like, absolutely. I think, like, for Volatile Radiance, I feel like they are kind of over relying on their strikes too much in this game compared to the other few games, and I'm not too entirely sure why is it, but I think it might have been out of just like just wanting to reclaim mainly the plat area, because I think that is a crucial spot there. But regardless, though, I think the way that they're using strikes is kind of not. Wait, as I said, I think I might have spoke a little bit too soon there, Inker.
Yeah, as you say it, they needed those strikes with 2 seconds remaining. Managed to find the cap on the zone, but Buckets getting the pick onto Captain N, managing to live and managing to get the slider out. Bentley are on the board. Remain seated, everybody.
Uh, they get to live another game. Oh my goodness. My goodness, that was an absolutely amazing plays coming in from Bentley Sea Strikers. I think I think like zones might be their best mode. Like they have definitely like showed it in Mahi zones and especially in Barnacle zones. Like they just showed it and they even showed like some of their amazing special usage that worked so well with their team coordination. Like it just they just used both of these worlds and collide them together into an amazing explosion and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I mean, talk about paint control, right? You have a V heavy, which if that isn't like an overtuned enough weapon for you, also add on the Dreadringer as well as a T-Tech, which, you know, in addition to that a painting special, right, on two of those weapons as well, is going to be so difficult for Volatile Radiance to overcome. They popped so many specials on that zone, and every time it felt like Sea Strikers were ready and were able to just continue to keep the objective. Completely different. I think I completely agreed with you on the Mako TC game, as well as like some extent like the Mahi zone, like, you know, people playing for kills and not objective. I think Bentley, you know, maybe got the memo. Maybe they had this somebody in their ear telling us what we were saying, because it definitely felt like they were focusing all of their resources on that paint, and in the end, Volatile Radiance were unable to overcome that. Now, it is still 1-4, so you're
Mhm.
gonna need to show the magic in every other mode still, and then come back and do it once again on zones.
Yeah, for sure. And on the bright side, though, this is a good start for Bentley Sea Strikers. Like the one thing that that is important aside from like team coordination and special usage is the mentality. And I think like once they won Barnacle Zones, I think that's what clicked to them. Like I think they'll probably keep that mentality up again once in this upcoming game, which is going to be Tower Control on Inkblot Art Academy, another classic and iconic map mode in the competitive scene.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these teams know this map, you know, like the back of their hands, right? And I do definitely think it's once again a good zip map. I know last time we said that we saw the Kraken brush come out, but that's probably a Rainmaker specific choice if I had to guess. Um, but at that in that same vein, I do think blasters do especially well on it. So I think buckets maybe was the MVP of that last one from the bits that we
Mhm.
saw, and I'll definitely be curious because, you know, slider on TC, it definitely it's not quite, doesn't have the same ring to it as for a Splat Zones game, but I definitely think on Inkblot specifically, there are a few specific positions I have in mind where they can get a lot of value. So I'll be very curious to see if Buckets can kind of repeat that magic once again, as Bentley, I think, are surely going to need it.
Yeah, definitely. And looks like we are about to get to game number 6 ready to go here, folks. And seeing on both ends, nothing really changed out of the ordinary. We're seeing the same comp that we saw earlier, especially in Mako Tower. And yeah, it looks like both two players are going to drop on the far left side. Both Captain N and I believe it's the T Tech. I could be mistaken here. Nope, I think that was Puffin. I wasn't expecting Puffin to take an immediate flank in the beginning, but I guess maybe it was just sort of a way to throw off Bentley's A game there. But regardless, though, it seems like the tower pushed up in Bentley's favor.
Yeah, these it looked like two went down on the side of Bentley, but Volatile Radiance were just content to sit back. It looks like they're playing a very defensive-minded game here, which I'm not sure is really going to work out for them, as the brush is probably going to be left isolated a lot of the time if this is something that we continue to see. Because with two support shooters along with your backline, you're going to need pretty much all the specials to line up. I think you're going to need to get that junior on tower for the bubble as your win condition to get the push, but you know, as I'm talking, it's been a full minute and some change, and we have not seen uh, very much of any push at all. Nobody's even contested this first checkpoint, which typically is not a very difficult one,
Oh.
but Sleepy gets two on the T-Tech on the corner of their strikes coming out. Bentley need to make the most of these opportunities while they're here. Strikes are coming out. They need to take the space now, and GX is going to come up onto the plat, and the tower is finally taken after what felt like a lifetime of a stall. GX gets a kill. Ava's finally back on the tower, and GX and Sleepy are going to end up together with buckets up forward. I don't know where Volatile Radiance are, as this first checkpoint is going to come uncontested.
Yeah, they are kind of playing a little bit more defensively than usual, which
Oh.
it makes sense because, like, they are trying to just kind of keep their power in numbers and just making sure that they don't get taken out by unexpected surprises. And I think, sure enough, like it definitely did work for them as they are able to let Captain N just take out some of the members of Bentley out of position and just give them the element of surprise. And sure enough, it really worked out well. And honestly, though, like even though like Bentley did make it to 50, it's still a flippable lead, especially since tower control can get pretty snowbally.
Yeah, absolutely. And two go down on the side of Bentley, as we say, and we're seeing half the game has gone down. This is going to be Volatile Radiance's first time touching the tower all game. They have all 4 specials up, but the brush goes down. Definitely going to be, a very punishing loss for them, as, they're going to manage to hold the space, but just the time is ticking down, and they are not making their move.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's like I'm not sure if this is just me, but I feel like the one thing that's like really throwing off Volatile Radiance is probably PXG, because like I think AOE's and rollers or any weapons that have like that sort of like vertical range can have a good time, especially in a map like Inkblot Art Academy. Like there's so many ledges for all of these weapons to just have fun and just like get insane picks like from far away. And I think that's like the one thing that Volatile Radiance is being worried about, because like PX or GXS. Oh my gosh, I've been calling it PXG. I'm so sorry. Like,
No, I understood where you're going with that.
yeah, they just
Maybe
sounded so
GX is gonna get a
similar.
call. GXS is gonna get a call from PXG if this blaster gameplay continues. Um,
Oh
and
my god, I'm so
they
embarrassed.
no, but Captain. Oh, there's a wipeout coming out. This
Oh,
could be the play. It only takes one, just like you said. And Captain N being set up in the bats is the worst case scenario now. Can they manage to get a value from the shark? There's one. Do they live? Yes. And now with the Zipcaster coming out, they get shut down. GX managing to find that direct. And now strikes are coming out on both sides. 3 sets of strikes got popped. Can GX find all the picks that they need to go down? There's the jump. Captain N not quite getting punished for their life, but the splashdown is going to see them disappear. And with 20 seconds left, Sibirrino, I don't see this being a comeback for Volatile Radiance.
yeah, low key, I realized that they only had that Volatile Radiance only needed to get 5 points in order to flip the lead, or I think 6. Yeah, I think like 6 points like in order to flip the lead. But I think, yeah, unfortunately though, um they weren't able to do so. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I think the usage of specials might have been a bit too early, like I think during their good push. And yeah, unfortunately though, a bit of a tough loss on this in this game, but a incredible W for the Bentley Sea Strikers, making it 2-4 in grand finals. Maybe things are kind of looking up for them as we speak.
I don't want to say it's Serena, but if you do, I might tag along, because things are definitely heating up. That did not look like the same Volatile Radiant side that we saw in those opening 4, dare I say even opening 5 games. That was it wasn't until we saw the words wipeout come on that they really, attempted to kick into gear. And while they did get a good push off of that, they need that level of aggression for the full 5 minutes if they want to, kill off the wounded Bentley here. Which is not going to be as easy as it may look, as Bentley are, they're down but not out. They're not giving up without putting up a fight, and that game, I think, felt pretty dominant in comparison to any of the rest, one by either side. So we're going to see if this momentum can carry on, and we could see, well, you know, I don't want to say it, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, definitely. I think like I think this is something that like I can relate and many players in the competitive scene can relate is probably the pressure. And I think Volatile Radiance are certainly finding this pressure to be. They're definitely noticing like pressure building up inside of them because you know it is like it is going to be their second to last game, and the pressure is on. Like they got to like make sure that they do everything they can. But I think once the pressure kind of builds up, there will be like a slight downfall like in the process. Like things will be a bit messy, teamwork wise and special coordinated wise, like individual fights that aren't supposed to be used, like some of that stuff. And that's honestly like a relatable feeling to have. Like I understand where Volatile Radiance is coming from. Like if they were definitely feeling the nerves, like you know, trying to win their very last set. And yeah, like remember, it's all about mentality. You just gotta make sure to like not lose your cool. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be one of those things where even if you're riding the wave of a comeback, that certainly can overcome you. If you stop feeling in the moment for a second, and you kind of look at the score and you're like, oh my goodness, if I mess up, it could just be over. You know what I mean? Like my hopes and dreams for winning the title could be over at any moment. And in no mode like Rainmaker do dreams really dissipate in the matter of seconds, as we see Manta Maria as the option here, which is going to see the Explo, and it's going to be a Kraken coming out from Volatile Radiance, but not Captain N's Kraken. Kirby is going to swap from T-Tech over to the Kraken shot, which allows Captain N to continue on the Zipcaster. I think is interesting.
You know, honestly though, I definitely like Kraken shot more, than the Kraken Octobrush, because I feel like Captain N does an incredible job with the Zipcasters. That's like one of their strongest moment, their strongest plays during this game set. So, oh my goodness, it looks like we saw the battle of the shots trying to dance together in a tango setting. But I think yeah, I think this did enable the members of Volatile Radiance to get the first checkpoint, and it looks like they are keeping this alive.
Yeah, and Captain N pushing forward is going to allow the Rainmaker to get so many points here. Kirby going for that
What?
jump around the corner.
What?
You know, I like that. That's a really cool tech. Unfortunately, it is not going to work out, but it doesn't reset the Rainmaker. When you're on offense, it does not reset the Rainmaker. So it looks like they're going to have another chance, and Kirby's going to manage to get the jump. They are going to get swatted away, but 16 points remain. It is going to be so difficult for Bentley now, but on this kind of map, it is definitely not over, but that is a huge opening minute and a half.
Yeah, and again, like this is Rainmaker, like anything can happen. So let's see if we can if the tides like flip. We see the Reef Slider coming in from buckets, and they were able to get not only an explosive kill, but it was also thanks to the Rainmaker shield, as they were able to get
another
two
slide.
Players. And another slide already. Wait, how is that even possible?
Dreadringer is so good on this map. I think Slide especially over the grates and into the bunks. You can come up with what I like to call nuclear sliders coming out, which we definitely have seen a couple of them come out already, and we're gonna need to see one or two more if we want to see Bentley come all the way back. But checkpoint break is a good start as they manage to find a pick onto the Zap. Captain N though is going to keep this advantage subdued.
Yeah, and right now though, we do see the I believe yeah, Kirby with the Kraken shot, just able to rush in the Rainmaker that Ava was carrying, and takes them out in the process. And now again, things are kind of returning back to neutral again, but more in the favor of Volatile Radiance. We see Kirby using the Kraken and trying to push the members off of Bentley out of position, and sure enough, they were able to take out GXS, which is honestly a very crucial pick for them.
Yeah, that's probably understatement, as GXS has been causing a lot of problems, but maybe not as many as Buckets, who has this slider, but it's going to get caught out by Captain N, who has been so dangerous here, forcing, Bentley to be 2 down. Sleepy, wisely getting the jump out, saving the strikes as Ava manages to find the stop on the Rainmaker. Now is going to have to grab it, and with 1:45 remaining, they have a long way to go. It's a long map when you're sitting in this position.
Yeah, like it's hard to imagine, but Manta is definitely a very lengthy map mode, and I was gonna talk a little bit more about the map design and everything, but unfortunately, we did see that the members of Bentley did get wiped out by Volatile Radiance, and by the looks of it, it seems like Volatile Radiance don't feel like pushing the Rainmaker anymore. Which, you know what, fair enough, because I think that the lead is already good enough for them, and but I think, the one thing that they got to keep in mind is that this is Rainmaker and anything can happen. And we do see some of the members from Volatile Radiance do get taken out in the process, and we're going to see another push coming in from Bentley.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to sit too far back, because that is recipe for disaster. You lose one fight and suddenly the lead might just swip right back. But Captain N getting a huge double there off of that Zipcaster, being followed up with Sharkman now as the jump's coming in. GX managing to punish Sharkman there, and they are going to manage to get this pop. There are 30 seconds remaining. It is do or die for Bentley now. Your hopes of this title are on the line now. What can we see come out? And if you're on the side of Volatile Radiance, they can taste the victory here. They are so close. The specials that they pop now could be so vital, as so many fights are going. Both sides are 2 down.
Wait.
Make that 3. Sharkman goes down. That's a delayed wipe. They grab the Rainmaker with 10 seconds remaining. Kirby wins the fight on GX. Gets the Rainmaker. And that is going to do it. Volatile Radiance on the back of what looked to be super scary. We could have seen one final push, but Kirby saying, no. This is our title, winning it all. Congratulations to Volatile Radiance.
Oh my god, I'm literally having serious deja vu right now, because like literally history. It feels like I know we already witnessed it not too long ago, but it happened again. Like what we saw in Umami Clams, like Bentley really having like that sort of like strong. Having that strong like push at the end, but unfortunately though, I think there was again like something. I think they just weren't unexpecting the super jump coming in from Volatile Radiance, and Kirby was able to not only take out a crucial pick, which was GXS, but also also able to take out the Rainmaker, who was all alone without any support at all. So, sure enough, Volatile Radiance, they were able to win this set. But my goodness, Inker, that was honestly an incredible set to watch. Even though it was mostly like Bentley having like taking control of like the whole dancing, and like I think both these teams did an amazing job. Like overall, like they showed how they proved themselves as to what made them get into grand finals in the first place. So great job to them.
Yeah, no question in my mind that these were the two finest teams that Division 4 had to offer. Volatile Radiance coming up with moments of magic left, right, and center. All these games, once again, it felt like a game that was fairly even, maybe even Bentley favored, but that first push from Volatile Radiance was so dominant, proving to be the season winning push coming out from them. And Bentley did well to take a couple games and to keep all the other ones close, but in the end, very well deserved for Hofstra University, as they can celebrate now.
Yeah, absolutely, like amazing stuff. And it seems like we are going to be getting a post-game interview in just a moment here, folks. I guess while we wait for our for one of the players from the winning team to step up, we might as well like remind everyone that again you can get your Arlo merch. Yeah. There is a code. Use the code finals to get 10% off. And also, I guess like I'm not sure if we mentioned this yet, Inker, but isn't there a little new something that DRF is doing in regards to giving out certificates?
Oh, is there something special that you know? I mean, I know that there was a that's one of the things in the shop.
Yeah, basically there is whoever is whoever is going to be graduating like this semester and even in the upcoming years, DRF, our lovely DRF, shout out to you, and Arlo will be giving away some exclusive certificates as well as an Arlo graduation sticker to anyone that graduates. So if any of you are going to be graduating this year, let DRF know and he'll be sure to give you like your very own certificate. And yeah, like a lot of exciting cool things like that the TOs want to give back to our community members. And yeah, so honestly, like a lot of crazy exciting stuff. And yeah, and very soon we'll have our players in just a moment.
Oh no. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey. Hello.
Sorry, we had to play our opening fanfare there. Sorry.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all good.
Everybody, welcome in Captain N and Puffin coming in from Volatile Radiance, coming off the back of a really intense and exciting 5-2 set. First of all, how are you both feeling?
Exhausted. I've gotten about 6 hours of sleep in the past 48 hours.
Well, it definitely didn't look like that with the gameplay. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my god. I think my internet blew up there. Sorry. Blame the Edgerome for that one.
It held steady for the set, and that really is what counts. And that's better
it held enough.
Sets.
Yeah, it chose now to die, and you know what? I'll only take that. But if I died while I was saying, yeah, I'm kind of exhausted if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Shout out Jish Valo in the chat. That's our teammate.
True.
We do love giving our shout outs. But yeah, this is definitely like a very exciting moment for you guys. Again, congratulations on your amazing victory here. I guess another question that I have for y'all is, was there any particular moment that stood out during the set that you would like to bring up?
There were a lot of moments, if I'm being honest, that kind of clicked. But I feel the biggest moment for us was when we turned the tide in the very first game, because I feel like it really set the mood for me and my team. Because I had been brainstorming for a while, because I tend to do research on, especially now that we've made it this far in the bracket, on the kind of teams that I'd have to face. And I was theory crafting a bit on the kind of team that they would have, and the kind of strategy that they would employ. And to be proven right, as we take the lead back, in what was honestly a very close game one, it definitely it vindicated me not just a little bit, but helped me motivate my team and understand better how to sort of pick them apart, and it steamrolled from there, really.
Yeah. One moment that I wanted to ask you all about in particular was the Rainmaker Museum. That little sneak. Like how did that come about? Like what were the comms like when you saw the opening or when someone else saw the opening?
Honestly,
oh sorry. Yeah, because when we
you
saw
the stream out.
Yes, the museum game when we.
Yes,
if I'm being honest, that was just. I don't think there were comms in those 5 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I was in the back, trying to distract someone, I think, and then I just see Shark and Kirby all the way up the front. I was like, okay, period.
We did it. Because my initial plan, and what I did call out, was that I was going to use Kraken to give them space. Because that is what I had done a little earlier in the match when I picked 2, I believe, with Kraken to take check. So I was going to do something similar to give them a little more space to move. And then as my Kraken ends and I realize I'm going to die, I turn around and see we're at 27.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that my teammates were able to follow up on it, even when I'm not even when that wasn't my intention. If
Kirby is
anything,
just that kind of player.
he really is that kind of player, and I do have to give him props that because he is someone very new to the team. I had brought him up this season. I think this is his first season at CCA. So I'm really glad that even with how little practice he has, and he is a very skilled player, that we already have the kind of synergy where we can just coordinate a play like that without even really needing to say anything. And he did it again in the final Rainmaker game where he just jumped off the side and hit it to 16.
Yeah.
Yes, that was.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like, whenever like a support shooter just is the only one alive, like they have to be the one being the slayer as well as the hero. So honestly, though, like Kirby definitely has showed it like a couple of times, especially in both Rainmakers. So tell him that was like an amazing play coming from him.
If he happens to watch it back, I certainly will, and I will relay it to him once I return.
Inker, do you have any other questions for Puffin and Captain N?
Yeah, I just pretty much wanted to ask. You said that was Kirby's first ever season, so winning in the first season is really impressive. How many seasons have you been playing then? Just as like a side, I wanted to know.
If I'm honest, this season in particular meant a lot to me personally, because this may very well be my last CCA season with Hofstra, and at least as their captain. I had joined CCA at the advent of CCA with the original Volatile Radiance, and with that team, we had won Division 2. I believe it was literally the second ever CCA thing that was ever held. And from there, we've had our moments here and there, but there was never really a moment where I had the kind of synergy and the kind of players that I do now to make it happen again. And I cannot be prouder as a captain for my last hurrah to be this victory that I was able to guide us towards.
If
I'm being very honest. A little bit. Sorry for getting a little sentimental there, but it does mean a lot to me that I'm able to end my little reign as captain of Volatile on a good note here. And I couldn't ask for a better team to do it with.
That is absolutely amazing. It's so amazing to see just the growth from the start, and you're just kind of ending it there. It feels kind of like a show in a way where it will have its golden years, but there will be, of course, some bumpy moments. But in the end, it will end off with one final celebration, and that's definitely the perfect way you described it, Captain. And I guess in addition to this question, what does the future hold for you guys? I know you mentioning you Captain and mentioning that this will be your last time being captain for this team, but I'm curious, what else does the future hold for Volatile Radiance?
If I'm being truthful, that's very up in the air. This is my
literally the last game, in between the last game, we were all fighting which one will take captain.
Yeah.
We're Kirby was yeah, Puffin got it, and I was yeah, Kirby got it, and it was kind of up in the air right now.
But I said no, that kid Kim's got it, and
but
right now
we all got
it. The first step is finding a good successor to the throne. But no, out of all the people, I believe I am the only one graduating in the next 2 semesters. I have one more semester at my time here, but I cannot hold the title for only 1 semester. So I can still compete, and I'm looking forward to hopefully returning. But right now, the future Volatile is, well, volatile.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to.
I mean, I think that's pretty standard for a lot of the teams going into the summer years and whatever. But
yeah,
regardless of the future chapters that will come out from your school, this is definitely one that is going to be remembered. Both of you have a lot to be proud of, as well as the rest of your team, and this is going to be a title that I hope you'll remember fondly for many years to come. So congratulations again to you both, and thank you for taking the time to come and have this interview.
Yeah,
yes,
thank you so much.
And again, congratulations, guys.
Happy birthday, Cap.
Wait,
no. Is
Oh,
it?
it's
No,
a
wait,
birthday.
no,
Is it actually your birthday?
Yes,
no,
it's birthday.
no,
It's birthday.
no, it's not. It's
No,
not.
we're
It's not.
gonna-
It's
we're
not.
gonna
It's
do it.
not.
We're
It's
gonna
not. It's not. It's
All
not
right.
my
Should we
birthday.
do
Please,
it?
please
Okay,
don't.
we're gonna do it.
Chat,
Chat,
happy
chat,
birthday.
please, chat, please. It's not my
Everybody
birthday.
say
Don't do it.
happy
Don't do
everybody
it. No,
say-
no, 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 no. Wait, no,
Everybody-
no.
On three.
No.
No.
One, two,
2, 3.
three.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
I'm on the floor. I'm on the floor right now. I'm pulling off my
Happy
chair.
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
Captain.
and happy birthday
to
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 you.
you.
Woo, Yay!
Gosh,
I
darn
can't-
it. Well, if anyone, if
Pumpkin,
it's
thank you
anyone's
so much,
birthday in the
Pumpkin, for
chat, I
letting
sure
us
hope you're
know.
having a good day. It's not my
I
birthday.
can't wait to see
Yeah.
what the end product of the song will be like, because it's gonna be probably scuffed. But
It's going to sound.
yeah.
It's going to sound like something.
Okay.
Anyways,
But
yeah.
for real though, we're gonna let you go. Enjoy your celebrations as they'll
Celebration.
continue
I have
on
to hop
until
on to the
night.
senior meeting right after this.
Oh well, after that you'll have your time to celebrate and to really
Yeah.
let it take in.
Yes.
So
We're going on
Okay.
Valorant.
Oh gosh.
you all go and have fun doing that.
All right. Thank you very much for
And,
having us on.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, you guys.
again.
Congratulations again, you guys.
Thank you. Peace.
Peace.
Alrighty,
So-
folks. Yeah.
That's gonna
did
do
it.
it for the not just the set, but the entire CCA League Season 7 as a whole. So there have been some really, really exciting moments, and I hope that all of you really enjoyed tuning into these streams and enjoying catching them live as much as I know I do when I'm not here on the mic.
Yeah. Honestly, though, this has been like an incredible journey to just see like the fact that we have already gone from like one season and then just having 7 seasons and literally ending a 7th season. It is kind of crazy to think about. And yeah, we're honest. Despite this being, you know, the end of a small journey, it is still continuing as we speak. So yeah, we will see you all very, very shortly. And also, actually, Inker, why don't you go ahead and promote of an upcoming LAN that's going to be happening very shortly? Yeah. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's-
So this upcoming, I know this upcoming weekend there are a few LANs. I know that there is the PSU LAN that is going to come out. Actually, I am traveling up to that along with USF to Penn State, but on the complete other coast over in California, there is going to be the Pacific Collegiate Invitational coming out in IVC, and that is going to be an absolute banger coming out. So, you know, the league season may be over. There is still going to be even more content coming out, as this is going to be the place to catch all of the Californian teams, which if you were watching CCA Division 1 finals, you'll know California has some real strong competition. UCSD and Reefrunners both will be present, and they were the finalists, of course, as and there are going to be so many other super strong teams, Division 1 caliber and beyond, that are going to be present. So you're absolutely not going to want to miss that. So stick around. It's going to be the 25th.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of exciting lands happening, and also future CCA projects for y'all to stay tuned. But we're not gonna tell them just yet because, yeah, we'll just stay tuned in advance. But regardless, though, that is gonna be it for us. Yeah, Inker, where can the awesome people in the chat find you?
You can find me as Inker2 on pretty much anything. You know, Blue Sky, Discord, Twitter, whatever, the whole shebang. Twitch now, I'm doing that. So yeah, keep an eye out for me there. And how about you, Sibirrino?
Well, I know like currently my team is on a break, but you can still follow us at Appreciation Collective. We will be returning back very soon once when the semesters are done. But as for me, if you want to continue for more just get to know me more as a player, you can find me at Blue Sky and on Twitch. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us here, folks.
It was a really, really long affair. So thank you all so much for watching, and have an amazing night. Thank you for tuning into CCA.
Good time zone, everybody.